Nearly a full week since a massive jailbreak at the Orleans Parish Justice Center, and evidence is only now being processed from inside the cell, where 10 inmates were able to cut a hole and make that escape you see right there. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Katie Moore. Right now, those 5 inmates are still on the run tonight. After that historic escape, Sheriff Susan Hutson was quick to point out that she's been warning about the conditions of the jail.
Now, multiple investigations into who knew what and when are giving the public a glimpse into exactly what's been going on inside.
And most alarming, we learned that just 36 staff members were responsible for securing around 1,400 inmates.
It gives a better place to work. It's much cleaner, and I mean, you be able to control the inmates a little bit better and meet the needs. You have less incidents here because you have the deputy actually stationed on the pod.
You have deputies stationed on the pod. That was a win for the Orleans Sheriff's deputies back in 2015 when they moved into the brand new Orleans Justice Center. But fast forward a decade and we hear at times there are no deputies on the pod. Like last Friday when 10 inmates being held on the most serious charges escaped.
At the time of the incident, there was no deputy physically on Pod 1 Delta, and the technician that was assigned to the housing unit module had actually stepped away to grab food.
Staffing is critically low at the sheriff's office, and that's not a problem unique to OPSO. It's a nationwide problem. But there have been red flags flown about how critically low OPSO's jail security staff has been, including from Sheriff Susan Hutson's own deputies.
Some night, one of my colleagues, they manage an entire floor by themselves due to chef shortages.
An entire floor. Former Sheriff Marlon Gussman knows exactly what that means.
It's really alarming to me. It certainly should not be. You know, we built and designed this facility as a direct supervision facility, which means that the deputy is in the housing unit, so that you would have to have a deputy in each housing unit, and then you have the monitoring technician overlooking 2 pods.
Each pod can house up to 60 inmates. There are 6 pods on most floors.
We work long hours.
Deputy Daquan Johnson was speaking at the City Council budget hearing for the Sheriff's Office last October. Hudson's staff told the council then there was a 45% vacancy rate for jail deputies. Corrections expert John Schaefer is a career corrections leader in Pennsylvania. What percentage do you not want to go below in terms of vacancies in order to maintain a secure facility?
I would never want to go below 10%. There's no standard rule of thumb. I mean, ideally, every correctional executive worth his or her salt would want to be at full staffing at all times, but that's not really realistic.
Not only does the sheriff lack staff overall, but the jail is manned mostly by women. You can see here, 76.4% of the jail staff is female.
And I know they mentioned we have 71% females. The deputy that's running that whole floor by herself is a female. We're outnumbered, and the risk is real.
The federal court overseeing the jail to bring it up to constitutional housing standards has been aware of the staffing problem for some time. The latest report issued for that consent decree last fall reads, quote, during the frequent site visits by the monitoring team, more often than not, there continue to be housing units and control rooms with no staff, including supervisors present. The excuse is often given that staff were assigned but either failed to report to duty or their presence is unknown. But the repeated warnings about security risks at OJC didn't stop at staffing.
Infrastructure is another critical issue. Broken doors prevent us from securing violent inmates, and with only one working elevator, response time suffer, leaving us vulnerable.
Hutson herself told us about the doors after she first took office, yet they remain a problem.
In this particular pod, 1 Delta, the doors are slide. So now if you slide the door open and leave it open, which you're not supposed to do, then you give the inmates an opportunity to jimmy the door, to put stuff on the track and try to get it off the track. So the door should be opened, let somebody out, or let somebody in, and then closed.
We reached out to Hutson's office with questions about this story, including how often those pods are not staffed with deputies, but we didn't hear back in time for this report.